Hi, thank you for joining me for day 13 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, round 11. And you can see the sketch in the top right hand corner is a gorgeous sketch by Brandy Joe, and she's used 3 square photos across the bottom of her page, and that's what I should be doing as well. So I pulled out my print shop papers for this one, and I'm just focusing on the cool tones, as you can see. So I've torn a strip of that striped paper, and then I've added a strip of the golden dot paper underneath, and then finally I'll add a strip of this black and white scallop underneath that. I will actually turn that scallop round in a minute. I didn't like the way that the scallops were going. I felt they needed to face to the right. I'm a little bit OCD about stuff like that, and it just didn't sit right with me. So just checking that I'm happy with the positioning, and just wanted to pull a tiny bit off that top of that tear on the polka dot paper, and then I can stick these all down. I'm using my double-sided tape today, trying to get through some of this. So while I'm doing that, I'll just let you know about the photos. These are from our trip to Boston back in 2015 and the Boston area. We went to Newport for a couple of nights, and we were recommended a restaurant by the hotel that we were staying at, and it was gorgeous. We wanted some seafood, beautiful oysters. Took a picture of the wine because I wanted to remember which wine it was. It was a Californian wine, and yeah, that's it. So it's just some foodie pictures, things that I don't often scrap but like to take photos of. So I thought it would be nice to have those in our Boston album. So here I am, as I mentioned, just tearing off the other side of that scallop paper because I decided I wanted the scallops facing the other way. So now I can stick that down and then start embellishing. And this is a very simple layout. It came together very quickly. And apart from the zigzags, I chose torn edges. This came together very quickly because it's quite simple, and I stuck closely to the sketch. So just pulling the backing off that double-sided tape so I can get this stuck down, and then I can carry on. So please do check the description box down below for the playlist of everybody joining in on this lovely hop that Christie puts on 3 times a year. It really is a fantastic event. I get inspired by so many of the other people joining in, and it's amazing the little tips and tricks that you learn along the way while you're watching the videos. So please do go and have a watch, give people a like if you enjoy their video, comment if you have anything to say. Maybe you'll find some new people to follow and subscribe to. But yeah, it's a great hop put on by Christie. So just checking now that I'm happy with the positioning, and then I can start matting my photos. And I'm just going to mat them first of all onto some plain white cardstock, just with a very thin border around the edge. And then I will go in with some of the papers to mat the actual photos onto after that. And you can see that again, this is just scraps of card from when I've used my silhouette in the past. I think these titles were quite a while ago. I don't know where this one's been lurking. So just using that double-sided tape to get it stuck down. And I will mount these onto foam pads later on as well. So just checking that I keep the photos in the right position on the layout, because I'm quite tired all the time at the moment. I think it's my age, and it's so easy to make mistakes. So I want to make sure that I keep them where they're supposed to go. Otherwise I'll lose the order that I wanted them in. Not that it's a big issue, but it was just the starter, the wine, and then the main that I wanted to have along there. So nearly there now with the matting. I was saying to my husband, it's really frustrating that we didn't take notes when we went on holiday, because I can't remember the name of this restaurant. I can remember exactly where it was, and we tried Googling, but we just can't work out. We don't know Newport well enough to work out which restaurant it was, but it was really lovely. So I'll be using this paper to mat all 3 photos, but 2 of them I shall mat onto the black and white scallop and 1 onto the stripes here. Just noticed that wasn't quite straight, so just trimming a bit more off. So that's the first one done. There's the second. And then the final one, and I've still got a little strip left to use on a future layout. So it's here that I realised that I should flip some over onto that black and white. So I think the first photo and the third photo are on the black and white, and then the second photo, the middle photo, is on the stripy piece. So just getting those stuck down, and then I will distress the edges with my Tim Holtz edge distresser. So here we go. Just quickly rubbing it across all the edges. I didn't want it to be too rough, but I like the texture that it adds to the layout, and it makes them pop a little bit more against the other papers as well. Almost done. So now sticking the main mat of paper down onto my white cardstock. Again, just using my double-sided tape for ease. And I've turned the card so that I can stick it in front of me to make sure that it's level. So now I want to create those ink splatters that you can see on the main image. So I've taken my black soot Tim Holtz oxide spray, and I'm just, first of all I tried using the spray, but that didn't work, so then I grabbed the paintbrush, and you can see I'm just flicking it onto the paper, and whilst it's great and it did work well, it took forever to dry. I had to leave it overnight, so that was a little frustrating. I just put too much on, I think. So just creating those blobs and then splattering with the paintbrush to create the splatter effects around. I just fell in love with this when I saw it on the sketch, and I thought I really want to try and recreate that. So that's what I'm doing, trying to put them in roughly the same position as Brandy has on her sketch. And here we are the next day, and it's all dry now, so I can start adding my Sticks to 25mm foam pads. Sell these in Hey Little Magpie. They're fabulous. They just make mounting your photos so very easy. If you enjoy using foam, I'd recommend them. So adding those to all three of the photos. So I'm doing the two on the edges first, so that I can line up the spaces between the middle photo to make sure that that's central between the other two photos, if that makes sense. I didn't want it to be closer to the left or right photo. So there we go. So stick down the right hand side photo, and then I can put the middle one down after. Just using my T-square ruler to help me keep those straight as well, because they're a straight line straight the way across. It's quite an important design feature on this layout. There's not a lot else on it, so it's important to get those photos in line. So now I'm using one of the titles from the puffy stickers from the print shop collection, and this one says The Small Things, because that's exactly what it is. It's just the little things that we enjoyed while we were on our holiday, and I wanted to document that. So now I'm going to create a little embellishment cluster on the bottom left hand side. I just felt it was very empty without something down there, so I'm focusing on labels. I pulled in one of my pre-stamped Ellie's Studio label in the circle, and that's been stamped in speckled egg, and then a yellow one which is in fossilised amber, and the red will be candied apple, I think that one is. And then just looking through the sticker book to see what else I can find, and I find this little banner flag that says Happy Day, and that just nestles nicely underneath. And this little cluster of labels is also going to act as my journal spot. So adding some of these little puffy hearts that come in the collection, and the gold dots. Just having a look through, I thought I wanted to use this chipboard word, and then I had that tag at the top, but I decided against the chipboard word in the end, because I want to have my journaling there. So my journaling just reads, enjoying another seafood meal on our first night in Newport, oysters everywhere, delicious. So now adding this tag at the top, and that just says this is us. and then adding another little sticker tag at the top as well, and I shall just handwrite the date on that sticker, which was the 11th of November 2015. Just seeing if there's anything else I can use. And I find just one little word sticker that says the best. So stick that on top of the oyster photo, because we do love our oysters. And finally just coming in with some little chipboard pieces from the 6x12 chipboard sticker sheet, just gold dots and black circle with a gold star in, and then a puffy heart at the bottom, and that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for day 13. Thank you, Brandy Jo, for a lovely sketch, and I shall see you all again tomorrow for day 14. Thanks again. Bye.